Welcome to part 5. In part 5, we will look into elasticity of demand in detail, how to interpret the various values. And in the next part, we'll look at some graphs and how we can use this concept of elasticity of demand in business making decisions. So we go to our slide sharings. Okay. Elasticity of demand is defined as a ratio. It's very similar to the ratio of slopes, where we say change in dependent variable to change in independent variable. The only difference is we are looking at a change as a ratio, but we're looking at percentage changes. So the percentage response in quantity demanded on the numerator due to a percentage change in the variable that has changed. In this case, price. And thus we call it price elasticity of demand. So the percentage, elasticity of demand is defined as percentage change in quantity demanded due to percentage change in price. Over here, percentage change in quantity demanded. In red, we are defining it as change in quantity, percentage change in quantity demanded, and due to percentage change in price. And we're defining that as in red, the percentage change in price. Now, how do we read a ratio? Logically, a ratio can be greater than 1, equal to 1, less than 1. These are the three basic values that any ratio will exhibit. So when we are seeing the change in the percentage change in the quantity demanded due to a percentage change in price, this ratio can be greater than 1. An extreme of greater than 1 is it can be infinity, a very, very big quantity. This ratio, the denominator and the numerator can be equal to each other. In that case, the ratio will be equal to 1. The next thing is that the ratio is less than 1. Just like greater than 1, extreme value is infinity. When we are calculating less than 1, the extreme value will be 0. So when we're looking at the ratio, remember any ratio can only have 3 logical possibilities. It can be greater than 1 if the numerator is greater than the denominator. In this case, the percentage change in quantity demanded is greater than the percentage change in price. And being greater than 1, the extreme is being infinity. The next logical possibility is that the ratio is equal to 1. The numerator and the denominator, in this case, the percentage change in quantity demanded and the percentage change in price, they're equal to each other. The next logical possibility is that the ratio is less than 1. That means the numerator, percentage change in quantity demanded, is less than the percentage change in price. So these possibilities have a big effect on the revenue of the firm. Revenue of the firm is defined as price times quantity. So if price changes 5% above, it goes up. How does quantity demanded respond? We saw this in the last part. For example, if price increases but quantity decreases more than the price increase, then revenue is less than before. Let me give you an example. Price has increased by 5%. The quantity response is more than 5%. People have reduced their sales by, say, 7%. So although price has increased by 5%, but people have reduced their sales by 7%, which is more than the 5%, total revenue will definitely then be less than before. What do we mean by elasticity of demand is greater than 1? The ratio is greater than 1. The demand is price responsive. The demand responds to price. Okay, so if this ratio is greater than 1, that means quantity, the response in demand, percentage change in quantity demanded, is greater than the percentage change in price. There's two things that can happen. The first one, demand response to price change. Demand is responding to a price increase. Demand is responding to a price decrease. And the ratio is greater than 1. So if price increases by 1% and quantity demanded falls by more than 1%, what effect will this have on revenue? Common sense. Price has increased by 1%. Responsive demand is more than 1%. So people buy less than they do before the price change. Then revenue falls. The opposite can also happen. If price decreases by 1% and quantity demanded response is more than 1%. So whatever the price change, price decrease has happened, people are responding by buying more than the price change. So ultimately revenue will increase. The reverse will happen when we see that elasticity of demand is less than 1. Elasticity of demand less than 1 means demand does not respond to price. However, again, with the price increase and the price decrease, we will find different results. For example, with the price increase, if the quantity demanded is less than one, then what will happen? Revenue will increase. Price has increased by 1%, response is less than 1%. That means people are reducing their demand because the price has increased, but they're not reducing it as much as the price increase. So revenue will ultimately increase. The reverse will happen if the price falls and price has fallen by 1%, but quantity demanded has increased by less than 1%. So revenue will fall. What about unit elastic? Unit elastic means the value of elasticity of demand is 1. What does that mean? If the price increases by 5%, quantity demanded falls by 5%. No change in revenue. If price decreases by 5%, quantity increases by 5%. No change in, what do you call it? The revenue. A fourth condition is when demand does not respond to price. This is known as zero elasticity of demand. Price increases by 5%. In the case of the insulin injection we saw in the last part, quantity demanded does not respond at all. Whatever we bought before, we bought the same amount now. What happens? Revenue increases. The reverse can also happen. If price decreases by say 1%, but quantity demanded does not respond, then we have less revenue. This is not a clever thing to do, but let me give you an example. For example, salt. Okay, salt is also very much like insulin. If you see that the price of salt has fallen, we do not put more salt in our food. So if you are a salt seller, if you know that your commodity does not respond to price, then increasing the price will be a clever thing for you to do. As a seller, if you know that your commodity does respond to price, then reducing the price will be the clever thing to do. We will be looking at these things during the class. So over here where I'm stopping it, this is the end of this part. In the next part, we will see these elasticity of demand and how they respond to revenues using some graphs. Till then, bye.